What's going on, you guys? I'm a little sick, that's why I didn't put up a video last week. But yeah, we're going into the new year with something really cool, and that is my version of an iMac Pro desk setup.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
So obviously, at the heart of this setup, we have to have the iMac Pro. Now, this is just the base model configuration. I was at the mall and they happened to have one in stock, so I picked it up, which means I couldn't get the space gray trackpad with it. That's an online order only. But hey, you know, this will do fine for just this video. So a little bit to talk about. It is amazingly fast. I ran some benchmark scores and I'll talk about those a little later. But yeah, it is just amazingly fast for an iMac. I mean, it doesn't even come close to my custom water-cooled Threadripper build, but that's got 2 GPUs. It's got twice the number of CPU cores and threads, and it is just outstanding how well this runs. And obviously with Mac, you get something that you don't get with Windows, and that's the amazing optimization of OS X, or Mac OS X, sorry. Yeah, let's go into what I feel like this PC or this Mac is good for and why I think this setup is optimal. So first thing, this desk is extremely small. This is the table that I got at IKEA. It's like maybe $40 worth of tabletop and legs, and it just fits everything perfect. So of course we have the iMac Pro. It's got 32 gigs of ECC DDR4 RAM. It's got the 8-core Xeon W processor. It's got the Vega 56 graphics card, and I've used it for a couple hours now and I haven't heard the fan turn on once. So it's extremely quiet, and that is one thing that Apple does right. However, with that fan not ramping up, you will see some thermal throttling, and Apple actually designs that in because they prioritize silence over maximum performance a lot of the time. So let's talk about what we have going on here. So the iMac Pro, the space gray keyboard with number pad, and the space gray Magic Mouse look phenomenal. I didn't have a space gray audio interface, but I did have my Focusrite Scarlett Solo, which fits perfectly just on the little base that the iMac Pro sits on. And I hooked that up to my Edifier R980T speakers, and I have my Audio-Technica AT2020 microphone connected, and it's hooked up to my Tree Newbie microphone boom arm. And actually hanging off that boom arm at the little screw where it mounts, I have my ATH M50Xs, which in the opportunity, in the moment when you need to use this computer and not have the speakers on, you can just toss those headphones on and plug them right into the audio interface, and it will sound amazing. So let's get into a little bit of why I think this setup is good for some people, because my desk that my main PC sits on with my 2 ultra-wide LG monitors is huge. It's like almost 9 feet wide, and it just takes up a ton of room. Obviously you don't have the tower, and you have an amazing 5K display that is super bright, super color accurate from what I've read. I obviously don't have the tools to test the color accuracy, but from what I've heard, it's very, very color accurate. And it's 5K resolution, so it's phenomenally sharp, and the brightness gets insanely bright. Oh, 2 other things I forgot to mention. We have the Funko Pops down at the bottom there, the Gotham Bruce Wayne and the Batman from the DC Comics world. And also plugged into the back here, I have a micro USB cable to hook up my camera, because this is what I'm gonna edit this video on. And I also have my SanDisk SSD Extreme 500 gigabyte USB 3.0 external access SSD. So a couple things to talk about. I honestly really like that this whole setup is powered with just 2 plugs. I have a plug for the computer and a plug for the speakers for power, and that's it. I actually ran a surge protector underneath the desktop and double-sided taped it to the roof, and then I realized that it was completely unnecessary and I could have just ran the cables down to the wall plug themselves, but honestly it's nice to have some future expansion. One of the things I would really recommend doing is getting an external USB hub and attaching it under the desk right here. I've seen a lot of people do that with a lot of different setups, because with this all set up, it's not really convenient to reach behind and plug and unplug devices as you need to. I'm gonna get into some editing and get some shots of that, and get in some shots of the benchmark scores that I ran, and then yeah, we're going to wrap this video up. So as far as Cinebench goes, we got a 1680 on the multi-core score, a 178 on the single core score, and on the OpenGL test we got a 127.52 FPS. As for Geekbench 4, we got a 5122 on the single core score and a 31276 on the multi-core score. So yeah, that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys liked my very contained, very powerful iMac Pro setup. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions on things you'd like to see, or if you want to, you know, just give me some feedback. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm at 44 subscribers at the time of filming. Help me get to that 50 mark. I'd really appreciate it. This is super awesome that I get to do stuff like this and put it on the internet for people like you to see. So my name's Jake. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.